For without the existence of the cell, we would not be able to exist. Many things go into a cell, however, not one of them is without use. The nucleus makes the cell go round. In other words, it tells the proteins what to do with themselves. For without this, they would be without direction, like a car in which no road to drive. This is not the only purpose the nucleus serves. It holds everything that your parents passed down to you to make you, well, you. Every command center needs protection from the unexpected. Enter the nuclear membrane. Where would you go if you had no structure in your life or no home to go and stay within? Well, I can confidently state that most, if not all, teenagers would start to break down or just straight up die. No different from your very own command center. It needs structure in order to stay safe and keep on functioning. Your proteins don't magically just make specific shapes to do their crap, now do they? Ribosomes are the factories that completely reshape the function of the protein. For without tools, man is useless. Want to know what makes the tools? Yeah, me too. Ribosomes. What makes the ribosomes, you ask? The nucleolus. Not the nucleus, but the nucleolus. How do the cells make more cells? By dividing and giving over their genetic material to the dividing cell. But how does it do that, my friends? Well, they have the centrioles to help push them apart. The cell's organelles aren't just floating around like an asteroid in space. They are supported by the cytoskeleton. However, that leaves all the other vital tissues unsupported, and if you haven't already guessed, that ain't good. It's just like making a building out of glass. Anybody can throw a stone and make the entire thing collapse. So you don't just make your building out of glass. You have concrete and steel to support it, and the cytoskeleton and ECM are the support for the cell. And what about the cell itself, just floating around aimlessly? No, the cilia and flagella move the cell where it needs to go. It's like putting steering on your car, and you can now control it. Many factors go along with proteins. The ribosomes build the proteins to be able to do the things that the nucleus is telling them to do. How is one to go to the other organelles in order to carry out their ultimate goal? The rough ER fulfills this need for transport by doing just that. His brother in the smooth ER modifies the protein to further their transformation. It is like in the military where they train you to do a certain job. But what receives them? Where a gift without a recipient is without use. The Golgi apparatus is the post office where they get mail and give more proteins to the ERs to transport. What powers the modern world? This is a trick question. Electricity is what makes many things possible. A similar concept is what powers the cell in the form of ATP. All power must have some source. Food is converted to ATP just like coal is to electricity. But what does this? The mitochondria converts food into ATP. It does this with the enzymes the lysosomes provide, kind of like you pumping gas into a car to make it power the engine. However, plants do not have this. Plants have chloroplasts. They are the thing that make plants turn light energy into food. In other words, photosynthesis is the plant's way of dealing with the fact that they don't have a mouth. Every living thing has two things they need in order to live: water and food. Humans and animals have bottles and holes for water. The cell doesn't. Like, the cell doesn't just randomly have water. They store it, along with food, in their vacuole or vacuoles. These are the cell's water bottle and pantry, all in one. This is all the organelles in the cell, and I hope this wasn't too painful to listen to. Thank you for sticking around, and if you have any comments, concerns, or questions, now is your time to do so. Alrighty then. Bye.